Hi everyone, welcome back to Online Darts. We're still in Zoom, but we've got the Ferret this time, Jonny Clayton, with us. Jonny, thanks for joining us. How's things in the valleys?
Yeah, it's all right, Phil. No problem, pal. You know, we had a bit of snow today, so kids have enjoyed, and that's about it.
Is it nice this downtime at home with the family and the kids?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's always good to be home with the kids and Ellen. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a break, but you know, I don't know. It's like I'm looking forward to next weekend, but I do appreciate the break as well.
We'll come on to that in a minute, but have you had time to reflect on 2020? Because in terms of your career and numbers, probably the best that you've had.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you're right saying that because you know, at the end of the season was a good run. Do you know what I mean? So you know, I'm really happy with that. I thought I missed a chance on the Players' Championships when I lost to Pete in the semi-final. I thought that was a chance. Maybe that could have been my first, you know, major.
Yeah.
But I'd have had, you know, even if I'd have won, I'd have had to beat James. So, you know, I just look at it as a chance, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I've enjoyed 2020 as in darting wise. As in pandemic wise, obviously the same as everybody else. No, I've not enjoyed that at all.
Well, yeah, well, to say one TV title, 2 semi-finals, a quarter-final, and an appearance in the Premier League. If we'd have said to you at the start of 2020, would you have taken that?
Well, God, yeah, taken it, yeah. Right, I would have. That's all I need now is somebody to tell me I'm in the Premier League for winning the World Cup. That's a major, it has to be.
Which will take you all the way back to that Premier League night in Cardiff, because whilst I was doing some research, I watched the walk-on again, and walking into Delilah, and you don't show that much emotion on stage, but when you were playing the crowd, you must have felt on top of the world, because that felt special.
Oh, it did, because, you know, it's like the same for all us Welsh guys. There's nothing in Wales, so we never play in front of kind of our own crowd, yeah?
Yeah.
But, you know, that was special. That was amazing. I'll never forget that. Like, you know, you see all the friends, you see all the darting rivalries that I've played against in counties and whatever. It was special. Good moment, that was.
I'm guessing you'd like a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't mind that every Thursday. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's awesome.
Was there a temptation to change the walk-on as well to something a little bit Welsh permanently?
Well, no, I don't think so. I like Johnny Be Good. Like, you know, the crowd seemed to like it, so you know, I quite like it. I was going to have hymns and arias, but you don't like that, Phil, do you? So we keep away of that.
There's a story behind this that I had to do a video edit for Dean Williams, for those that don't know, and he must have changed it about 30 times, and that was the music in it. So okay. I think I know that song off by heart.
But if I'd have known that, Phil, you could have sang it live on stage in Cardiff.
And then looking obviously back, we came back out of lockdown last year, and you produced some good stuff, because I know everyone says, "Oh, I'm a practicer," but you're not a big practicer, are you?
No, not at all. It's no, that's where I need to pull my finger out to get back, well, to get on the practice board. So it's not that I don't throw any darts, because you know I do, but I've not got any routines. I've not, you know, it's maybe tonight I'll practice 2 hours, maybe tomorrow night I'll practice 20 minutes. You know, it's just I am a lazy practicer. But the reason for that is I get bored easily, and if I get bored by practicing, I will not enjoy playing like the game.
Yeah.
So I don't want to lose the enjoyment of playing. So as it stands at the moment, you know, it's I want to keep playing, not practicing. You know, it's yeah.
Obviously not at the moment because of the conditions we're in, but do you still play local league and everything like that when you are home?
I try to, because you know that's where you catch up with all your buddies. You know, it's that's where I started. I'll never forget where I started from, where I came from. You know, joining not a good a team, to get into play in a better team. And that's where you start. That's how you progress. You know, that's how I got to where I was. I got into to the county scene then with Pembrokeshire. I got my Welsh cap, and now I'm in the PDC. You know, I never thought any of this would come in my darting career, but you know, I never forget my friends, and I don't forget the pubs that helped me out. You know, say on a Thursday night.
Just touching on that, when did you realise that you were better than average at this, and you thought, hang on a minute, I could do something with this?
Well, rugby was my first love. You know, people always ask the question, should you have stopped rugby before? Because I think, I don't know dates, but I got to like the Welsh #1 and the county scene and stuff. So I kept that, but I never followed the BDO. It was like, you know, I done the English Open, the English Classic. I done the Welsh Open, obviously. But it didn't interest me, to be honest. There, you know, rugby was everything. And I'd never change that. I'd never changed. I wouldn't have swapped rugby for darts. You know, I know Gezi done.
Yeah.
But I would never have done it. And, you know, Gezi played in a big, you know, in a higher division of rugby than what I played, higher standard, you know. But I would never have swapped it. I loved my rugby. I think the reason for that was, you know, it was a Saturday, you'd play your game, you'd have your 80 minutes, you're like, you know, 21 brothers on a rugby field, straight to a pub, have the few beers after, have the laughs, the catch up. I miss that, you know, so I wouldn't have started darts any sooner, but I think I think from beginning with the county, with Pembrokeshire, I think I had my Welsh cap after about a season and a half. And I thought to myself, one of my good mates, Rob Coverdale, you know, I don't listen to many people, but I kind of listen to Rob. And he turned around and said, hey, Jonathan, now you need to look at this. You know, you might have a Welsh cap out of this, you know. And as it went on, I did. So that was it, really. And then as in the PDC darts, it was Jamie Lewis, Helen and Chalky. You know, it was them. They said, come on now, John, you've done the Welsh cap, try the PDC. And I did. And that's how that came along, you know.
And now flying high with it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Going to go, obviously, to the absolute highlight of the year, the World Cup. You and Gezi.
Yes.
World Cup champions. You've won a TV title in the PDC. Over that weekend, when did you start to believe?
Well, if you say that again, World Cup champions, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what you said, yeah. Mark Webster, did you hear that, pal? You know, it's... you didn't get that, did you? No, seriously. No, to be fair to Gezi, yeah, Gezi's attitude, his mental attitude is absolutely brilliant, you know. You know, we went in there and Gez was like, John, you know, I believed that we could do it, but Gezi's mental attitude is brilliant. You know, he's got something, and he was like, right, we go in here, we win this, and then we go on to the next game, win the next game, we're going to win this World Cup. And, you know, I was thinking, because I'm one of these, I'm thinking about things, cool, I know, Gez, you're going to win our first game or second game, yeah? But, no, as it went on, you know, our pairs game was really good. So, you know, thank God that Gezi won every game that he played in the singles, because Australia, you know, I think Gezi nicked one off Simon against Australia, I think, and I think Gezi would say that too.
Yeah.
And, you know, I lost to Damon, so that could have been a different match, like, you know, but as soon as we got into the pairs, we were really confident, and, you know, we believed as from the beginning, really, because we knew we had a good pairs, we were strong in the pairs. So it was every time we got to the pairs, it was like, yeah, come on, this is our game now because we're strong in it, yeah? So, yeah, it was from, I suppose, from day one, really. Yeah.
What was the moment like when that winning double went in and the reality hit that you were a World Cup champion? What was that feeling like?
It was awesome, pal. You know, it was like, hey, nobody'll ever take that away from me, no matter what I do ever in darts. I think now my ribs are getting back better after Gezi crushed about 6 of them. But I got to be honest, yeah, that feeling was unreal. You know, it's, you know, it meant a hell of a lot to me, and it meant a hell of a lot to Gezi. So brilliant feeling, brilliant.
I remember speaking to you after you won that, and you said, I'm paraphrasing, but you do this to make your family proud. Obviously, you've got quite a young family. Do they understand?
Oh yeah, they do.
What their dad does up on that stage, and like he is a professional sportsman.
Yes, they do. Do you know? It'll never change of my children not wanting me go to that, because obviously I go away again. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they do realise that I am a professional sportsman. I am a World Cup champion now, and you know that I'm pretty good at this sport. Like, you know, and you know it's a proud moment for me, because you know when you speak to my son and to my daughter at the end of a match, kind of thing, oh, it wasn't my day today, and they turn around and say, well, don't worry, try again next time. Or if it's like, yeah, I won this today, yeah, I was good today, and they go, yeah, Dad, we watched you, yeah, you were good. But you know, that's a massive thing in my sporting career. And anyway, that I've got their support, you know.
Then from the World Cup, going into the World Championships, you were stopped by your old mate Joe. I know you have some banter with Joe, football wise, dart wise. It was a close game, wasn't it? And again, do you look back at that and go, oh, missed opportunity?
I don't know, to be honest, because it got to the last leg, you know, and you know, I remember, I think it was 136 I had left. I hit one treble 20, and I thought the second one was in, but it was sat on top of the wire.
Yeah.
There was nothing else I could do. There was nothing else I could do. You know, I left double top. And I know that Joe hates double top, and he pings 2 of them. And you know what I mean? I thought, yeah, cheers, Joe. Like, you know, I got no hard feelings of that game at all. It was a good game of darts. You know, I could look back and think, okay, maybe I lost the first set where I had a chance.
Yeah.
But that is darts. That, you know, that is the game of darts. You know, if you don't hit that double, you don't win that set. You know, you know, that's what it is. It is what it is.
Could have all been very different. Joe went on and had the game of the tournament against Michael, and it could have been all so different. It could have been you in that spot. Yeah,
it could have been, you know, but it wasn't, and that's it. I watched the game, and you know, I'm big mates with Joe Cullen, and you know, I wanted him to win at the end of the day, because you know, what was it, 19 180s?
Something like that.
Yeah, you know, it was ridiculous. It was brilliant darts, but Michael just found a way to win, and you know, like it's a cruel sport, you know, and it's that's what I felt when Joe hit those 2 double tops. Cruel.
Staying on the World Championships, we have another Welsh world champion in Gerwyn Price. What will that do for darts in Wales? And obviously, we know there's a long list of world champions coming out of Wales, but do you think, is he the best?
Well, obviously, the darts that Gezi's played in the last year and a half, well, I think so. To be honest, the stats, everything, it shows that he is probably one of the greatest Welsh star players, the first one to pick up the PDC World Championship. You know, it's a lot of us have tried, you know, and still trying. So, you know, he's done Wales proud, definitely, you know, and hopefully there'll be a lot more things coming from that World Championship win, you know, like maybe we'll have a major in Wales somewhere, you know. But I don't know.
I was looking on social media as the night was unfolding, and I'd never seen so much hype from other Welsh sportsmen, whether it was football, rugby. They were all talking about the darts final and Gezi in that final. So that can only be a good thing for the sport in Wales, can't it?
Oh yeah, obviously. You know, we're on the map again, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We're on the map. You know, are we the first world champions in a World Cup? I'm not sure, but you know, we're there, and at the end of the day, you know, being Welsh, we're a great support. You know, we want Wales to do well in everything, and you know, we lifted that trophy. And well, to be fair to Gezi, he's lifted the biggest of all, isn't he? You know, so yeah, awesome.
Touching on the major, which one would you like if you could pick one of them? which one would you like to be in Wales?
Obviously, London will never change in the World Championships. Blackpool is brilliant. Maybe the Masters. I don't know. Maybe the Masters. Maybe the Grand Slam. I don't know. It's one of them would be nice.
Touching on the Masters, I had a Zoom last week with Mr. Webster, and he'd let me into a little secret that you didn't know you were in it until he told you, did you?
No. No. I knew that was coming up. Yeah, he spoke and he said the words were something like, "You're a jammy git that you're in the Masters," even though I'd fallen out of the top 16. I said, "Don't be daft, Mark. Obviously, I'm the one that can't count, not you." And it's the top 16. And he said, "No, Johnny, it's moved to top 24." So I had a smile on my face. Do you know what I mean?
He did. He tipped me off and said, "Just ask Johnny about him not knowing he was in the Masters."
Yeah, git. Yeah. I generally didn't know. No.
It must have been a nice feeling knowing that you're going to get another opportunity, because you played well at Milton Keynes. Different scenario last year, but you played very well there last year.
Yeah, I did. I quite like Milton Keynes. I enjoy the stage. It's me. I kind of, in the practice room before, it's not as if I haven't got any interest, but it's not like as full blown. Some people, like we'll just say Mervyn King, who's focused from the second he gets up that morning until that last start on the dartboard. Yeah. I'm not like that. It's like I'm lackadaisy, always last into things, and but on stage I'm a different guy. My attitude changes, and I try my hardest to win that game. So yeah, it's hopefully it goes well for me, and maybe I get that Premier League spot.
That was next on my list. That carrot has been dangled for everyone, hasn't it? Obviously, Matt came out after the Worlds and went, "Look, there's a spot there. We don't know who to give it to."
Yeah.
Is that extra motivation or extra pressure for someone like you that's in the mix?
I don't think it's extra pressure. It's an extra chance, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's another crack of the whip, and it's our last chance to get into the Premier League, and bar from the people in it, obviously, we've all, like myself, like Joe Cullen, we've all got that one more chance to get into the Premier League with the Masters.
If you're going to do it, it's going to be the hard way, though. The Grand Slam champion up first and the winner to play Michael. 2 tough games in the opening rounds. But if you're going to do it in style.
It'd be nice to do it that way, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, you're going to meet them somewhere. There's no, you got the top 24 players in the world. So there's no easy game. You're going to have to meet, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 in the world somewhere along the line. So just give it the best I got.
That ranking, that little group that you're in from 15 to 20, it's chopping and changing all the time because you all are all so close. So you're just hoping for one big run early on in the season to boost you above the rest of them?
Yeah, it would be nice. Obviously, it would be nice. It's just, I think, like you said, the 15 onwards, I think, we're all so close. It's within a couple of grand.
Yeah.
But if you get, like, we just say maybe to 13, it's as if there's a big step. So if you can get something, a big one just to get out of that mix of about 6 or 7 players, it would be brilliant, Looking
ahead to 2021, I think it's fair to say the beginning of the year is going to be like it was in 2020 with a lot of stuff behind closed doors. How did you personally find that? Was it a tough transition for you, or were you one that just got on with it?
Oh, you just get on with it. I did miss the crowd, because I'd be a liar to say if I didn't miss the crowd, I did. But you were looking at it in 2 different ways, I quite like the crowd behind us, but then again, you play your floor tournaments in quiet, in silence kind of thing. So it was a bit like, it was strange because there was no cheering, but it is what it is. And, as a personal point of view, I like the crowd, I like the banter with the crowd. I'm just one of them, like, it's, some people don't like it, but I do, and I did find it strange, but it was the same for everybody. So
looking ahead as well, we're hopeful that maybe spring, summer, some kind of normality returns, and for you guys, obviously the Euro Tour and everything like that. Are you comfortable with flying and everything like that, or are you one that's gonna stop and think, or are you like, I'm going because this is what I have to do?
Yeah, obviously, you obviously stop and think, but at the end of the day, it's my job. You know, it's if I want to do well in my job, I'm going to have to do things like fly. But I'm a great believer as well. You know, I know it's dangerous. It's pandemic. You know, COVID. It's a horrible, horrible thing, and you know the amount of lives that's been lost because of it. It's cruel. You know, and you know, hopefully this injection now will be good, and you know, maybe we'll get back to some kind of normality. You know, but you know, I'm going to do what I've got to do. That means I got to go and fly, whatever. I'm going to do it, you know, because I want to be as best as I can in this sport, you know.
I know it's been asked of you many, many times, juggling your work that you still do for the council and being a pro dart player. The better you get at darts, is it harder to juggle because you're away more?
Yes, in a way, because obviously you're not in work. But, you know, I don't think I'm safe enough yet to say my time's up at work. I need to get into that top 10. I think if I got into the top 10, I think I'd call my plastering career a day, you know. I think I would finish them, you know.
Yeah.
Unless I get into the Premier League.
Like, I know you said you enjoy doing what you do for the council, but it was more a case of is it harder to juggle the better you become?
I don't know. I'm afraid to take that step. You know, it's
yeah.
I know if I don't win anything in darts, I've still got an income. Do you know what I mean? And I'll still have an income after my darting days is finished. You know, I would like it to be like Gezi. You know, you win that 500k at Christmas time. I don't think you have to worry much about, you know, my job at the council. But you know, I've not got that yet. I'm going to try my best to get that. And until that day, I'm still going to be a plasterer.
Is that also nice though, knowing that darts isn't the be all and end all, and you can enjoy it? Because unlike some of the professionals, when they don't win, nothing comes in. Is that nice knowing that it's not the be all and end all?
Yeah, it is. It is. But like I always say, dance to me is a hobby. You know, now it is a very serious hobby, but it's always been my hobby. You know, it was something to do on a Thursday night. We used to go train in rugby, and then what do we do next? And then we started playing darts, and it was my hobby, and I loved it, like, you know, and I still do love the game. But it'll always be, I've always, you know, to get where I am today, I always worked, so I just don't see.
No, I like that.
What you know, what difference it would make, like, you know, would I practice more? Probably not. It's me.
Just out of interest, have you got your own little dart room in Castle Clayton there?
No, not yet. As in Ferret Clayton.
Jonny, absolute pleasure catching up with you, mate. I know you've got stuff to go and do, mate. Thank you very much for your time as always, buddy.
No problem, Phil. Legend. Cheers, pal.